Hey guys, welcome back. So in the previous session, we understood what HDFS is, and then we looked at the Apache Hadoop ecosystem and how MapReduce fits into the Hadoop ecosystem, right? So now in this session, we will take a very high level look at some of the important programming models, I can say. So here you don't need to go in-depth coding or some architectural understanding. Just the conceptual understanding of these models too is far than enough. Yep. So let's start with the Apache Spark. So Apache Spark was so this is basically designed to overcome the limitations of MapReduce. So this you can call it as one of the advanced step of MapReduce. So in MapReduce, after every map and reduce stage, I hope we have gone through this in some couple of videos back. So every map and reduce stage, the data has to be written back to disk always. So this makes it slower. It means that every map reduce operation, right? So data go back to the disk, okay, always. And this is a kind of becoming some bottleneck with respect to the speed is concerned. So Spark improves this by processing data in memory, right? So this is very important. So what Spark does is, instead of processing the data all the way to the hard disk, yeah, the Spark processes this data in its memory for fast performance. Hence, this the performance of your data processing will be increased by using Apache Spark. So you can call Apache Spark is one of the advanced advanced version of MapReduce. But in Apache Spark also it can still write data to disk when required. But in memory processing is the key advantage here. Means it's not like the Spark will not write the data to disk at all. But most of the time the processing happens in memory only, so that the performance would be quite better compared to MapReduce, right? So Spark is widely used for large and huge data processing. So mainly for batch analytics, or this is built for batch data processing, right? And it can read data from multiple sources like HDFS, obviously, and cloud storage. So cloud storage and more, it's when we move into cloud. Just think that MapReduce usually reads the data, input data from HDFS, but Spark has that flexibility to read the data from other storage systems like cloud storage. We will go in depth on all these aspects, but this, just remember, this is one of the advantage of Apache Spark compared to the MapReduce. So when you hear the Apache Spark, so it's Google Cloud equivalent service is Cloud Dataproc. Okay, so when you use Apache Spark, so Dataproc is a service which you can think of utilizing when your base technology is Apache Spark. Makes sense? So that's all about Apache Spark, and next we'll see what is Apache Beam. So Apache Beam is a programming model like the Apache Spark, which is used to build the data pipeline. This is very important. Here, this is used to build the data pipelines. But Apache Spark most of the times or usually used to process the batch kind of data. Got it? And the main advantage of Beam is you just write the code once and you can run it anywhere. It could be like your on your local computer, on your cloud, and Apache Spark, etc. So this supports both batch and streaming data. So this holds good for, the same code works best for batch if your data is a batch processing type, and the same code you can utilize it for streaming data as well. So this is the one of the best advantage of using Apache Beam. And this programming model uses used in Dataflow service. So basically, when you think of using Apache Beam, its equivalent service provider from the Google is the Dataflow service of the Google Cloud. Make sense? So one thing is clear. It's like if you are using Apache Spark, then go for Dataproc service. If you are base technology is Apache Beam programming model, then go for the data flow of the Google Cloud. Yep. So that's all about Apache Beam. And then quickly we'll see about the Apache Kafka. So this is a distributed event streaming platform. This is used for distributed event streaming. The moment I use the word streaming, it means that this is applicable for streaming kind of data, right? Whereas Apache Spark is best for batch kind of data, right? So at a very high level, think of it like this. Okay. So Apache collects, process and store continuous data. So what we understand by continuous data, it's a streaming data, right? And the main components of Apache Kafka are producers, brokers, consumers, and partitioning and offset. So we I mean right now, no need to go in depth of all these stuffs, but whenever you think of Apache Kafka, its equivalent service provider in GCP is GCP PubSub. So this is the service which is based on Kafka model. So relatively, compared to Apache Spark and Apache Beam, this model is quite complex. That's the reason I will just spend couple of minutes to give you a very high picture of what are producers, what are consumers, and what is a topic. Okay, so let's go to the blackboard and have a quick look on that. And also I insist that when we right now, in this session on in this blackboard session, now just close your eyes and don't think anything about Kafka, how it works, or any technical stuff right now. So just understand this conceptually. Okay, so usually what happens is we are going to cover in depth when we deal with PubSub now, but just to make your basics or make you comfortable, because first time you are hearing such terminologies. Okay, so let me have these things. Okay, let me have create a wall called topic, right? And we have publishers and we have subscribers. These terms sounds new, but no need to worry right now. Just try to understand as much as you can, because anyhow we are going to cover in depth of all these when we are dealing with cloud PubSub. What happens is publisher is a person who sends a message to topic. Okay, topic is just like you can think it as a notice board. Okay, he will write today is holiday. Okay, so this guy is a publisher. He sends some message to topic. Topic is just assume like it's a notice board, and he will write that today is holiday on this board. And there are people who are subscribers. Okay, subscriber 1, subscriber 2, subscriber 3. These people have subscription to access this notice board, right? So that whenever a publisher sends or writes anything on notice board, these people will come to know, okay, they have the access to consume this message. Okay, these people can consume, this guy can consume the same message, even this guy can consume the same message. It's like someone read on notice board and the many student can consume that message, right? So this is overall based on that principle, right? Okay, I don't want to go in depth right now, but just to give you a very high level thing. If you won't understand a bit, that's fine, because we are going in depth on this. So just to summarize everything, we have seen Apache Spark, Apache Beam, Apache Kafka. All these are programming models. Apache Spark for batch analytics, and its equivalent Google Cloud Service is Dataproc. And we have Apache Beam, which is for both batch and streaming, and its equivalent service is from Dataflow. And we have Apache Kafka. This is just for messaging like subscription, publishing, topic, concept. And the equivalent Google Cloud Service is Google Cloud PubSub. Right, so that's all in this video, guys.